At 8 o'clock, we have Michigan State Spartans traveling to the Northwestern Wildcats, right? So this is a home game for Northwestern. Last year was a home game for Michigan State. This is on ESPN, by the way, if you want to watch it. So let's go back to Michigan State. Let's talk about what happened last year for them. Last year they went 2-5, right? So not good, right? That was the opposite of good. That was a bad year for Michigan State. But on the other hand, they did end up beat Michigan that year. They beat Michigan by 3 points. So they're a rival. And they were also be able to beat a Northwestern team that was in the playoff discussion by 9 points, right? This was a Northwestern team that was undefeated heading into Michigan State. And Michigan State was able to pull off the upset, right? But then you look at their losses. They lost 5 games, right? Their closest loss was an 11-point loss to Rutgers. Ouch. Absolutely ouch. You lose to Greg Schiano week 1 on a Rutgers team that's just like starting to get a new head coach. Ouch. Yeah, I understand you're getting a new head coach too, but this is Michigan State, right? You should have more talent than Rutgers. So, it was disappointing. At least to me, I think it was a disappointing outing for Michigan State. I thought it was a disappointing season overall outside of those 2 wins because honestly, you look at that season, you're like, ugh. But then you look at the 2 wins, you're like, you were able to beat your rival. That's a pretty solid night. And then you're able to beat a playoff team that was in the playoff discussion and really kind of knocked him out of it. So that's pretty impressive. I thought that was a very good night for Michigan State. So there's that, right? And then you look at Northwestern. They went 6-2 last year, right? They were able to dominate the one-possession games. And one-possession games, they were 3-0. They had a 1-point win against Iowa. They had a 1-point win against, an 8-point win against Nebraska, and a 7-point win over Purdue, right? So this is, now I remember the Purdue game. I think Purdue was really jipped out of the chance to tie it and send to overtime, but Northwestern was very good last year in one-possession games. They were very good at running the clock. They were just very good at everything, and that's coaching. Pat Fitzgerald is such a good head coach that I expect him to win one-possession games. I do. Now, to be fair, the Michigan State game was a 9-point loss, but if we're thinking about it, really it was a 3-point loss, right? Michigan State went up by 3. Northwestern was just trying something desperation to get it down the field. He threw a pick or fumbled it or something. Michigan State took it in the end zone, right? The 9 points is really not indicative of how close that game was. And then the Ohio State game, you can look it up. It was also, it seems not close. It was a very close ball game throughout the entire thing. Northwestern was winning for a large portion of the night. Again, not indicative of how good that team was last year. Now, I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried about the quarterback situation. I mean, the fact is Peyton Ramsey was a large part of your offense last year. You had Bowser, who had a great night for my Knights, by the way, last night. Earned me $50. Thank you, Bowser. But talking about it, you lost him. I'm a little bit worried about the Wildcats this year, which is why I'm going to go with the upset. Give me Michigan State to upset the Northwestern Wildcats.